So since this is negative, it opens down. Looks like that. The axis of symmetry, I like vertex form. I feel like vertex form is a lot easier. So just remember, it's all based on the vertex. That's what has the power. It's going to give me a lot. So the axis of symmetry is the x value of the vertex, and the vertex is negative 212. Since it's going down, it's a max. I'll deal with the x-intercepts later. Domain, all real numbers, negative infinity to positive infinity. The range, y is less than or equal to the y value. Careful, a lot of you messed up on that on the quiz. And then we got to go smallest to biggest. Intervals, negative infinity to the x value of the vertex. Negative 2 to positive infinity, because it's from negative infinity to positive infinity. Here it's increasing, and then here it's decreasing. End behavior as x approaches negative infinity, f of x approaches. As x approaches positive infinity, f of x approaches. Since it's going down, they're both negative infinity. Okay. The vertex is negative 212. So I'll fake graph that. That's fine. All right, to get the x-intercepts, I'll set this equal to 0. And I'll start solving. First thing, subtract 12. Next thing, divide by negative 3. Next, square root. Don't forget plus or minus because you need to have 2 answers. Last, subtract 2. So negative 2 plus 2 is 0. 0, comma 0. Negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4. Negative 4, comma 0. Because these are whole numbers, I can actually graph them, okay? I was trying to look for the other one. So on the front, this was imaginary, so you couldn't graph it. But these are real numbers, 0 and negative 4. So I can graph that here, and I can graph that here. To get the y-intercept, I take the x, and I put 0 in for x. So I'm going to go negative 3 times 0 plus 2 squared plus 12. 0 plus 2 is 2, squared is 4, times negative 3. Negative 12 plus 12 is 0. Well, that does make sense. If the x-intercept is 0, so is the y-intercept. So now I graph it going down, and I draw the axis of symmetry. I want to point out really quickly, let's pretend that my x-intercepts were negative 4, 0, negative 8, 0, and my vertex was negative 6, 11. And so let's just start graphing that. So that would be negative 4, negative 8, negative 6. Here's my zeros, 11. And let's say you figured out the y-intercept, and that's 0, negative 16. Make sure you graph all of them if they're applicable. So you would go like that, and you would go like that. You don't have to find a match because these already match. Okay? But let's say you got positive 16 for the y-intercept. You would have to know that it's wrong because then it wouldn't be going down. So careful to make sure it really makes a U or you know you made a mistake. All right. Find the vertex in vertex form. So A equals 2, B equals negative 8, C equals 6. Negative B over 2 times A. I got the x value of the vertex. Now I'm going to take the 2, plug it in. 2 squared is 4. 8 minus 16 plus 6. Negative 8 plus 6 is negative 2. So now I got the y value of the vertex. Don't forget, when you have a number in front, you have to bring it down in vertex form. And it's not g of x, it's the exact same graph. You're just changing it. You're not transforming it. Transforming it means instead of a positive 6, it would be a positive 3. Okay? All right, so 2, always do the opposite. Squared, straight shooter. Lots of 2's in that one. So this 2 here gets brought here. For the next one, cross it off. This one, solve it in 2 different ways. So I'm probably going to give you one that's, let's change that -6 to 16. And I'm going to say do it in 2 ways. And if you can give me a third way, then you'll get bonus. So the first way is going to be factoring, because I think that's the easiest for me. So x equals 8, x equals -2. The next easiest way for me is completing the square. So I get x squared minus 6x equals 16. And let me point out, I'm changing that to 16 so it works. My magic number when I did my box, which you can do on your own, is +9 +9.
Hi. Do you know what square, Miss?
So I'll show my little box here. So x squared, -3x, -3x, 9. So then this is x -3. So x minus 3 squared equals 25. I know it's a little bit messy, I apologize, but you're used to me. X minus 3 equals plus or minus 5. X equals 3 plus or minus 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. 3 minus 5 is -2. I could solve by the quadratic formula, but again, only do this if you have time to get it done. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2 times a. I'm going to take care of this. Square root of 36 plus 64, because a negative and a negative make a positive. The square root of 100 is 10, so all of that turned into 10. 6 plus or minus 10 over 2. 6 plus 10 is 16, divided by 2 is 8. 6 minus 10 is -4, divided by 2 is -2. And that's how I'll get my bonus, to show all 3 of them are the same.